Hello, everyone. My name is Jesse, and thank you for joining us for a Speedy Beginner's Guide to Mambo Merge. This month, in office hours, Cynthia is going to be walking us through some of the basic troubleshooting, basic functionalities, and some of the new features that have just been released. Today is Thursday, April 13th, and we thank you for joining, and thank you, Cynthia, for doing this. Take it away.
Thank you, Jesse. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. We're going to be looking at using one of the newer features of Mambo Merge. And speaking of versions, whenever we're doing a video, we're always using the latest version of Mambo Merge. The version I'll be using this today is going to be 1.26.9. If you ever need to update, you can always go to the App Exchange, and it'll be the same process as when you originally download. We're also assuming you've already downloaded Mambo Merge. So going to my opportunity, I'm going to just go to any kind of record. And to get Mambo Merge on my page, I'll go up here to the gear icon, and I'll select Edit Page. And having already downloaded Mambo Merge into my org, I can scroll down all the way to Custom, or you could always go up to the search bar here and type in Mambo Merge. And so we'll just grab Mambo Merged, click and hold, and drag it anywhere on the page where there's a little green guy lighting up. I'll go ahead and put mine right here. And then you'll see when we populate Mambo Merge onto the preview in the Lightning App Builder here, the right panel changes, and you can see some of the content that we can use to customize our component here. But for now, we're going to save. And I'm going to go ahead and go back. And so Mambo Merge is here for us. We could just drag and drop files here, but we actually want to do a report merge. I already have them kind of built out, but we're going to go ahead and hit new config so you can follow me through the whole process of doing that. We're going to select from report. We're going to assume that you already have your report built. In my other tab here, you can see my report that I have already built. It's just grabbing all of my new customer opportunity report here. And I filled it in with some fields. And I'm going to go ahead and apply that to my configuration right here. So from report, and then here we select here, and it brings up all the reports that I can add that in. So remember, new customer opportunity report was the one that I was looking at and showing you guys. I'm going to go ahead and select. From there, I hit next. And then here it looks like it's blank, but if you go and select this, you can now look at the different examples that'll be in that report, and the merge fields start to populate. So we can see all the merge fields that are included. Keep in mind, if a merge field is not included in the report itself, so if I did not have, if you can see, I have customer name here. If I didn't have that in the report itself, and if we kind of scroll, you can see customer name right there. So keep that in mind. The report is where we're grabbing these merge fields from, and then you can see them here in the merge data. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize my little browser here so we can actually look at some templates I built. I built 2 templates that I want to use today using this report. I'm going to be sending out a whole bunch of welcome letters to all the clients that are attached to those opportunities in the report. Not too many fields are being used here, so it's pretty simple. I'm grabbing my customer name, putting in the billing street, want to capitalize that account name. So I'm using a special function here called upper, and that's going to make all the letters come out capitalized. I don't have to go in and change it. And I'm going to have today's date populating right here. That's another special function that we can do. In this one over here on this side, you can see I have a lot more of those other fields populating. So I have my physical quarter, stage name, amount, probability, just something that I want to send to whoever did the sale to have an update that like, we did send that welcome letter. And now like, just to review your details, this is what we got. So we're using that. Nothing too different is happening in here. So we're going to go back to our configuration here. And like I said, these merge fields we got from in here. We'll go to next. Here's where we're going to add in those templates. So I can click existing template, but these templates are not in there yet. So I'm going to go upload template. And we'll go to my webinar demos there. And NC update log, that's this one right here. I'll select him pretty quick. And you know what? I only need one document for that. So I'm going to do a bulk merge of here. So every record is going to be one page, this page, but it's all going to end up in one file for me. And we'll do customer. I can't spell today. Sorry about that. New customer log update. There it is. And then we're going to have that, you know what, download immediately. I'm going to have the person who is going to merge this file be the first one to get it. So it's just going to go straight to their system. And we'll put, so that they know what day it is, we'll put today. Then when the file generates, every day it's going to come out with the date that it was generated. When you're doing a bulk, you can only use these three functions here. Now, today, and this year. Now will tell you the time, today, the date, and then this year, obviously this year. So you can have this customized as much as you want. We're going to also go and upload the other one, and that's going to be our welcome letter. And we're going to leave this one on one document per record because I want my welcome letter. And we'll put NC for new customer. And we'll go here and change NC to name. Actually, no, let's put our customer's name. So we'll go ahead and grab our merge field from here, because any merge field that you have populating your templates can be used in here on your field. So we'll go ahead and have it be welcome, customer's name, and then the letter. That way we'll be better able to understand who this went to. And we won't change it to a PDF today. We'll just leave it as a docx. Going forward, oh, yeah, we'll leave it attached to the record because I do want to send these out as an email. So I'm going to go with customer email here. And let's see, we'll just use new customer email. And I have only my fundraiser donation one, but we'll pretend this is for my company that I'm using in this demo here. So one thing to know, how am I able to send this email is that in this report, I also have my opportunity IDs listed. Those are needed. If I didn't have that here, my send email would not be an option. So if you want to use any of the post-merge actions, we do need to have the ID of the object record that we're going to be using. So I'll go ahead and do that. And then we also want to update a field saying that we generated our welcome letter. So welcome letter generated, and we do want to check it because it's being completed. And then let's go to next, and we'll name this. So this will be my report welcome. And we can leave it as buttons. They look very nice. Not too bad when it's only two. You can also do it as drop down. So I would select which one I want, then I'd hit a merge button right here. Or I can also do radio, which will allow me to choose one of these guys and then again, hit the merge button. But we'll leave it as buttons for now. And welcome letters and update log. So just so that I know which one it is. And then if I wanted a little bit more extra clarity on which configuration this is, I could also show the configuration ID here on the component itself, but I'm going to go ahead and leave that unchecked. And we'll hit save. Now remember, report welcome. We want to copy that, and we're going to close here. We're going to go back to our edit page because we're going to attach that configuration to our Mambo merge component right here. And then selecting my Mambo merge component, you see right here we have these, and none of them say configuration ID. Why are we going with our configuration ID? Well, if you put a little mouse over here, you'll see this is the ID of the file and configuration. So template ID also refers to our configuration ID. If you wanted to, I thought I copied that in, but I did not. So if we remember, it's called report and then capital W welcome. So our configuration ID also works like a template ID. If I only needed one template here and I didn't need any of my special pro bells and whistles that are attached with the configuration, yeah, I could put a file ID here and my template would be pulled in. But the perks is definitely with the configuration, you grab relationships, the post-merge actions. You can do the bulk and the batch, and like we're doing now, bulk and batch with a report. So we're going to go ahead and save. Waiting for our changes saved, and you saw it updated right there. We'll go back. And then let's do our welcome letter. And its little dance says it's successful. Now, you'll see we're not on a new customer. We're on an existing customer. So let's go and check out one of our new customers. Actually, we could do that from our report. So let's go check out what Gene Point is doing. Went to Gene Point, and we're going to scroll down to our notes and attachments. Looks like it's not there. Let's make sure that I have set that to attach record. So we go back to report welcome, and we're going to go back to our template. And yeah, welcome letter is attached to each record. So just selecting again, saving, and next. You know what? I'm looking at my account. Don't click account, click the opportunity name here. So I click my opportunity name, and there is my welcome letter, like I had it set to attach to the record there. And then if we go to activity, we can also refresh here. Looks like my email hasn't gone processing through yet, but we do have the welcome letter happening. When the email gets through, it'll populate here and say email was sent to so-and-so. It'll also say email was bounced back because it's not a real email. So that's what's going to happen. Let's go ahead and look at what our new customer log update is going to look like when we run that one. So it does its thing, bam, successful. We didn't want it attaching into Salesforce, so we wanted it to download immediately. So here it is. We'll look at this one first, and then we'll check that the welcome letter is happening correctly. So here's my new customer update log. Got my name all in caps, like my function here was set. My date was set here, and then my ID is set here. And then we will go ahead and have our address. Looks like my create date disappeared. That's a little weird. I probably have it mistyped in here. So I'll have to check my template for that, but looks like everything's populated. So what happens? Why is this blank? Well, with Mambo merge, if it can't identify any value for your merge fields, it's not going to leave the merge field there. So your document looks nice and clean. A blank is better than having this in there to confuse people. So all you have to do is make sure that you check your records, that your fields are filled out with the data that you're needing to populate. And then the next thing would be to go to the template and make sure it's not spelled incorrectly. And then another thing always is to always go to editor and make sure that spelling and grammar are cleared out. Those usually are the tricky ones that go and confuse the template. So I'll have to check back on my template here because that one didn't appear. But if we look at our welcome, you see welcome, hi Edna, and let's download it actually so we can look at it the way it's supposed to look compared to my field one here. So here's that one. Here's the one I downloaded. And you can see, yeah, perfect. So my address is there, my date, and hi Edna is happening. It's always good to download because if you see here, I don't have that address there. So it looked like it was printing out or merging out incorrectly, but always downloading and actually viewing it correctly will let you know that it actually merged correctly. Salesforce preview is a little tricky on that and giving misleading formatting. But other than that, we've done a report merge. It's pretty easy. Just remember, always fill in the fields that you need in your columns of your report. That way you'll be able to do it. And then when actually making your template, make sure to check that the spelling is correct using the right merge fields. Always go in, double check with your merge data that comes through up here. Check an example just to get the right ones. And then make sure spelling and grammar in the editor is going through correctly. You've cleared those out as ignore or adding to your dictionary. I'll send it back to you, Jesse, for any questions that anybody might have.
Thank you, Cynthia. And yes, we do have a couple of questions. Actually, something came up on social, so I was saving this up. Um, I did notice that you have the option there for some post-merge actions. There's been a question about potentially seeing if additional post-merge actions are going to be available in potential releases, such as DocuSign or Adobe Sign. I think it's something that can be done through some means of preparing a document, from my understanding. But if you're able to help elaborate whether or not this is something in the works or something that we might consider in the future.
Yeah, so right now, if you want to have Mambo Merge work in hand with any of those DocuSign or Adobe Signature, it will require a little custom code, but we are on working on that. It's in the roadmap to have DocuSign, Adobe, and some of the other big name ones that are more commonly used to work more in hand with Mambo Merge.
Okay. We do have one question here from our attendees here. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, thanks. This one was actually emailed to me by somebody who wasn't able to make the office hours, but I responded, but figured it'd be good to get it on the video too, in case anyone else has the question. Can Mambo Merge create documents for Excel and or PowerPoint in the Microsoft Office suite?
Yeah, we use Excel and PowerPoint. We could also turn those into PDF because, as you know, with a document, a docx, we could turn it into a PDF. I could show a quick pre-made one. So let me grab the name of that one. Going to be demo 1. And we could show that real quick for Excel and PDF. I will go back in here, change this to my demo 1. Go back. And you can see I have an Excel one here. This one won't work. This is for products. So let me go to an opportunity that has some products set up. So this guy I know has products. We'll hit merge.
This is always the longest part for me, waiting for Excel to open.
So what this document was doing, I thought it was it's mislabeled. It's product list, but it's actually my contact list. So I'm populating John Bond and phone numbers, John's title, and an email. And it looks like his name did not populate because this is giving out his name here. And phone number didn't populate. But had it been a few more other people in there, it would have continued down populating each. And I could show you what that field is if anybody was interested. And then if I do a PowerPoint, you can see we'll do a PowerPoint. Accidentally close that. There we go. And again, this is going to populate with my names. We can clone field. We can clone the, if I had more contacts, I could clone these slides. And I'd have everybody who was having a slide. We can also do photo still, rich text, special functions still work in there. But you can see all of these guys are populating. So Excel, PowerPoint are possible with Mambo Merge.
Very cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is a great lead into my next question I had here on my end. On that section that you talking about images, the fact that Mambo Merge can actually place images into documents. Is there any requirements to kind of prep up the images beforehand in order to make sure they properly display within those documents and don't, what do you call, change the layout of the document itself in some way where it requires additional like reformatting of some sort?
So with Mambo Merge, there's 2 ways to get an image. Well, actually, there's 3 ways to get an image onto a document. We could do it through rich text, where you went and you put it into a rich text field like this one here. The other way is using the functions, which would be the image function and the replace image function. I'll open up a document real quick to show you guys what that looks like. So my image function looks a little bit like merge field, and it says image, and then there's these little brackets, and then the curly brackets, or these are parentheses. And in here is where the merge field name goes, right? So you could do this with your image, and that'll get the image onto the page. One thing you can do with this is you're going to type in with equals, and you could put in exact points, or you could do in percentage. I like percentage. It makes it a little bit easier when you're trying to test out what will work best for you. And then you would just put height equals 50%. So this would output my image at 50% the image. So if my image was really big in here, but I needed it to be half the size on my document, I could do it this way, or I could make it down to 25% or 75%. That's one way. Another way would be to insert a, an image onto the page already. So if I go to my image example, and I have this small image, it's the perfect size. It fits wonderfully on my page. And the image I have in my Salesforce that I want to apply to my document, I need to apply that to this document here. So I click on this, I would go up to my image format, and then I would select alt text. And here you would put in your merge field for replace image. And then my merge field name, go here. And then this would let me replace this image right here with the image from Mambo Merge. So then I would know already what my document would look like with an image in it, because the text can be misleading compared to the size of this image. So, your document will look a little bit different once you populate this with an image, because what is that, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines added into your document? So you might have something all down below here, document, rest here. And this is all lined up perfectly, but when you populate this guy with the image, these might get misaligned for where you have already had it. So replace image is great in formatting your document to look how you want it and not be surprised when the image comes in. But remember, to get to this, to add the replacement image, you go to the, click on the image, picture format, alt text, and then your merge field goes here. And it's the replace image function. Hopefully that
Thank you.
answers their question.
No, most definitely. Yes. Any more questions? Okay. So we do want to thank everyone for joining. And if you think of questions after this call, feel free to send them our way. Our next office hours webinar is scheduled for Thursday, May 11th. Follow us on social media or email us to add you to the list. We thank you, Cynthia, for running us through this and answering questions. We thank you, folks, for asking questions, and have a wonderful rest of your day.